Good Friday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. It is with a guilty conscience and a heavy heart I come to you this morning to tell you yesterday afternoon I got a phone call that from Galen Unall that said after giving it much thought he was tired of me making fun of his lack of football knowledge because he wasn't a player. He's just a coach and a broadcaster, which gives him no standing whatsoever in the game of football. He has decided to end his broadcast career with my radio show. April Fools! Good morning, Galen.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Tom? Yeah, I mean, I'm not that fragile.
No.
And you know, it would matter if your opinion on anything
Mattered to you?
especially me,
Exactly.
mattered.
Exactly.
Right. By the way, I hate April Fool's Day. And you know why?
It's the dumbest day ever.
No. I as a child, I read the Sid Finch article because
Oh,
I was a huge Red Sox
You
fan.
were,
and it
yeah.
was at a time when, they were coming off just, arguably the darkest time of their history.
let me stop
At
people
least when I followed them.
for what you don't know. It's a Sports Illustrated article that was about 5 pages that talked about the
pictures
best
in it.
pictures and everything, the best baseball player since Babe Ruth, and he was coming to the Red Sox.
Well, and he threw 100 and what was it, like 22 miles an hour?
122 or something, 121 miles an hour.
Yeah, and he was going to revolutionize the way the ball is thrown because he had a whole new windup. And I'm reading this because, again, Sports Illustrated, I think it came out in what year? I don't know off the top of my head. Or 70, right? Pre-internet, there was no way you could check it. And I remember carrying that magazine around. And because, no matter where you go, there are Yankee fans. And I remember bringing this and going, we're going to win it all this year because of this guy.
And then it was in.
By the way, I didn't know.
By the way, Sports Illustrated first published August 16, 1954.
Sure. Well, that's not the Sid Finch article.
No, the Sid Finch article. I'll look it up.
And we're right around opening day, and he was going to be the opening day starter and all of this. And I was so excited because you didn't get Red Sox news in Ocala, Florida, right? You only got it from, like, the Sports Illustrated and I never could find a Baseball Weekly or anything like that. And I was like, this is the greatest day of my life.
He could throw it 168.
168, yeah. I knew it was something ridiculous. And again, people are looking at, really, 168? What year was it in? I was like 7 or 8.
No. It was. They received the April 1st issue in 1985.
All right, 85. I was 15.
The curious case of Sid Finch. Yeah, still an idiot.
I was still
and it
an
was
idiot.
all a hoax.
It
was dreamed up by SI's managing editor Mark Mulvoy and executed. The author was George Plimpton, along with SI photographer Lane Stewart, who recruited his friend, art teacher, and occasional assistant Joe Burton to play the fictional Sid Finch.
So since that day, again, I'm 15. There's no way to collaborate this. But I remember having this article and bringing it to school and showing it to friends. I thought I was much younger. Apparently, I was a sophomore at Forest High School.
And I always remembered it as the Red Sox, but according to this, it was a young, unknown New York Mets prospect.
I thought it was a Red Sox.
I thought it was too. No. It was an unknown New York Mets prospect who had been dangled as a trade option for the Boston Red Sox.
Maybe that's what it was. I remember it being impactful for the Red Sox. But again, that was a long time ago. But that's why I don't like April Fool's Day.
The saga of Sid Finch.
Way too many people in my life have come up to me and say, you finally got your own day. And that joke gets old after a while. I'm sensitive.
Well, you bought it hook, line, and sinker is what you're saying.
Well, I'm a fool, and everybody thinks this is my day. Apparently, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
I'd forgot about Sid Finch on April Fool's Day.
Not good.
I'd forgot
That's
about
why I
that.
don't like it.
I remember reading that article. I was 19. I remember reading that article.
Why?
And I vividly remember the conversation I had with Dino Burt, my best friend. I go 168 miles an hour. And I said some words, and he goes, bro, Sports Illustrated.
Right. Why would you? Back then, we believed the media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You believed the media back then.
This wasn't Hunter Biden's laptop.
And it was all about how he pitched the ball, the wind up and all that got him all the speed.
It made sense. I don't know.
Okay. It made sense to a 15-year-old idiot.
Oh, I'm a fool. I remember talking about it to my dad, and my dad knew it was fake.
Oh, of course he did, because he was an older gentleman that knew that you weren't that smart.
But when you're 15, nothing your dad says is intelligent in any way, shape, or form.
And you're the smartest person you know at 15. I remember being that guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I probably just got on my scooter and left. That's 15.
The saga of Sid Finch. I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that back to remind me. I mean, that to a sports fan in '85 was as bad as the War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Orson Welles doing War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I don't know. Gambling was very, very limited back then, but I don't remember it. I don't remember running from my house screaming, saying I'm about to die. But yeah, it could have happened.
You'd have took a $10 flyer if you could have.
$10. I would have given everything I had.
No, that's probably all you had in 1985. $10.
Oh, that's $10 would have filled my gas tank twice.
Yeah, you weren't driving then. You were 15.
It would have. Right. No, I had a scooter. It would have. Gas was like
first off, was it a scooter or was it a moped?
No, it was a scooter. It was a red Honda scooter.
Oh.
It was one of the top 5 Christmas gifts I've ever got.
That is
solid. I rode that thing to high school.
That is solid.
For 18 months. I rode that thing at 14 to school. It was great.
Yeah, you were rolling up like you were the Fonz on this scooter.
And with a red helmet. It was.
Oh.
I look at it now. I'm like, gosh, it was red. The scooter was red.
How did you just not get wedgie pinned to the wall every day?
Well, I don't remember who said I did. I mean, at this point, probably when I was 15, I doubt I was 100 pounds yet, or I was right at 100.
I mean, a 16-penny nail, a hammer,
on the JV basketball team or the freshman basketball team.
A 16-penny nail, a hammer, and you hanging by your underwear with a wall wedgie pinned up on the wall. I mean, how did that not happen?
Absolutely. With my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, I followed around. I don't know if there's a guy named Vince Woodbury.
No idea.
Vince Woodbury was he was just an incredible football player for Forest. And, for some reason he thought it would be a good idea to cheat off of me in environmental science. I think I got through that class with a solid D. So, I mean, by the way, I did graduate high school with a 1.7.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Your dad was proud.
No, he didn't. I didn't care. He knew I didn't care. My mom, school teacher, was mortified, but what were you going to do? I didn't care.
You weren't going to college. You weren't going the public school route anyway. You knew if your parents paid enough tuition, you could get into college.
Well, no. We didn't have enough money for me to go to college.
The Navy paid for you to go to Flagler.
No chance.
The Navy paid for you to go to Flagler.
And I didn't want to. I've said this a million times. I joined the Navy so everybody could just shut up and quit asking me what I was going to do with the rest of my life. Well, you know what? There, done. Now go bother somebody else.
Galen, what are you going to do with the rest of your life?
Yeah, I still don't know. But it's funny. My son, who's a senior in high school, he texted me Wednesday. He goes, Dad, I'm not going to school today. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm like, why? He goes, we're not doing anything. And I'm like, well, at least he told me. My senior year, I just left. Went to the beach. I didn't go to school the week before spring break or the week after. I mean, I didn't.
See, and I was just
Not
the opposite.
You didn't get voicemails back then, remember?
Yeah.
Now, if you miss school, you get like 4 phone calls from the school.
I was just the opposite. I hated my home life so bad that I would get to school an hour and a half early, try to stay like an hour and a half after football practice. It was, it was, and my stepdad was such a, well, that word I can't use because of the FCC, but just know that school was a better option. We'll just leave it at that.
And you were also you were an athlete. I wasn't an athlete my senior year.
No, you were an athletic supporter. Oh, see what I did
Not
there?
even.
See what I did there?
Not even.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back. More with Galen Unal after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
New arrivals and new savings are waiting for you at Blockers Furniture. With over 80,000 square feet of the best selection and best prices you can find on furniture, mattresses, home accents, accessories, and more. And with new trucks arriving weekly, Blockers has the best available in-stock selection. Unlike many other furniture companies that will have you waiting for months to get what you want or need, come see everything that Blockers has to offer. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, next to Hobby Lobby.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, Galen Unal from Lie South joins us. He'll be with us through 8:45. Galen, it is official now. Mike Coe has taken the job and is on the job at Coffee County in Georgia. He took the job back in late February. After giving it much thought, he's won at where he left Madison County, where he'd won 4 state championships in 12 seasons. He compiled an outrageous record of 135-26 in those 12 seasons.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. He's captured 6 state championships in 2A, and in 01 and 07, and in 1A, and 17, 18, 19, 21 is for Madison County, the Cowboys. That's what they've done. And so that means that it's official now. A hometown boy, played offensive line, graduated from Madison County. A surprise to no one, is returning to his alma mater. His mom and dad still live there, and they're getting up in age, so he's going to be able to take care of them too. And I'm talking about former Denellen High School coach Price Harris, who in 8 years at Denellen compiled a 70-24 record. Think about that. In 8 seasons, he was 70-24. He had two less losses than Coe had in his entire time in Madison County. Yeah. But Price Harris said, I know obviously the Denellen guys are upset with me, and I understand that. He said, but they also understood there was only one job I would have ever left Denellen High School for, and that's the Madison County job. and it was still the hardest decision I've ever made. I know Price said that, but you know, as soon as that Madison County job came open, he did whatever he could do, working back channels and all, to make sure he got that job.
My understanding is Madison County made one phone call
To Price Harris.
My understanding is he is their only choice.
Right.
And Price Harris took it. And let's be very clear. What Price Harris did to turn around that Dunellen program is remarkable. For a long time, they were kind of the doormat. Once in a while, doormat's the wrong word, but once in a while, they would get a team that may win 7 games.
But they were perennial. For a long time, they were scheduled on homecoming.
Sure, for bigger schools.
Right.
And Price Harris turned that program, and he started it with their youth program.
Certainly with the Pop
really
Warner program in Dunellen, yep.
Right, and developed that program. And I think that's a art form that is lost. I don't think enough people focus on that.
Nope.
I don't think enough people focus on the entire program. I mean, I'll look no further than Vanguard basketball. They look at one team. There's no real connection between freshman, JV, and varsity. They run different offenses, different schemes, all of that. And when you see the opposite is true at Vanguard football, right? JV runs the exact same offense as varsity. There's a connection to the senior nights and to the, at MCYFL, which I know you love. And you have that fluidity, and it really allows you to develop players. And that is going by the wayside.
And Vanguard, by the way, Vanguard's
modern high school sport.
By the way, Vanguard's the only high school in the Ocala area that takes advantage of youth sports by getting some of the MCYFL teams to run their base offense. And I've told people, anybody that would listen, and this is what Madison County does, it's what Price Harris did in Dunellen, and it's what's done in Georgia on a regular. The reason football,
absolutely.
People say that football's better. The reason football is a religion in Georgia is when you're a 6, 7, 8-year-old, even in flag football now, because they don't play tackle now in Georgia till after 8 years old. But even in flag football, you're learning the basics of the high school scheme in flag football. Then you learn it in Mighty Mites and Tiny Mites, and as you move up all the way through till you get to juniors. And then by the time you get to the freshman team and the high school teams, the basics of the offense are second nature. So they don't even have to work on that at the high school level. Then they start implementing the intricacies of the football scheme. And it's because these kids have played the same scheme from childhood, early childhood, all the way through high school. That's why they can operate it without thinking. That doesn't happen in Marion County, except at Dunellen High School for the most part.
And Vanguard to a large degree. And by the way, to his credit, that's what Brady was trying to do.
That's what Brady was trying to do before he got a great job offer.
With the Rattlers. Yeah. Well, that and again, Marion County in the state of Florida cannot compete with the way that other states run their athletic departments in high schools.
Nope.
They can't.
Nope.
You don't
you're
allow
hamstrung.
the boosters.
Right, you're hamstrung.
Yeah, the booster club isn't allowed to give payments directly to the coach. There's all these kinds of things that are going on. And so, when you become the wide receiver coach in Texas, and you're making twice what you were making as the head football coach at a local high school, why wouldn't you leave?
Right.
And by the way, that's the same thing happened with Coach Knox out at Lake Weir. He went to Georgia, doubled his salary.
Same thing that happened with.
And he's an assistant coach.
Same thing that happened with Stephen Fields. People forget that Stephen Fields was not a bad football coach at North Marion, and he's at the university.
No.
He left to go to FAMU, and now he's at the University of Miami, and he's an offensive line coach, and he's making $105,000, $110,000 a year.
Sure.
At North Marion with his teaching job. He was a teacher with his teaching job and everything. He's making about $51,000 a year. He's double what he's making now, and all he's got to worry about now is football. Not grading papers, not teaching class, just football.
And again, this is another reason why high school sports is just eroding to nothing, and it will continue to do that because when you're not taking the best and paying them what they're worth, then you're going to lose coaches. And as we've said a million times, leadership matters, coaching matters, and you're going to continue to get it where, a once proud program like Vanguard High School, it's now acceptable where in the last 4 years they've not won 10 games in a season. A winning percentage under 400. I mean, come on. When your winning percentage is 385 win percentage for the last 4 years
in basketball.
385 in basketball.
And they used to be a basketball powerhouse.
Absolutely. Gone are the days of Jim Haley and Coach Small, who also took that team to a Final Four. 2 years later, that team can't win 10 games.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
It's no longer a program.
You know what I'm looking forward to?
You can tell my son's now completely done with the program.
Now that Price Harris is officially the head football coach at Madison County, Madison County's a good football program with a coach that's very good. How many years can you see? Because CI does the same thing. CI has a unique ability in Hawthorne, Cornelius Ingram, where he can start with his offense and everything and his defense at their Pop Warner level at 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. He has a captive audience over there. Can you just imagine how great this rural football is going to be? Because it's going to be Hawthorne, Madison County, and I won't ever get tired of it because it'll remind me of Georgia football. So I'll watch that state playoff. Sure. They could play 10 years in a row, and I'm watching it every time.
Well, and again, that's the downside of this. And there are a lot of people out there who hate it. I like it just because you're not separating the private schools in those bigger communities where you just cannot compete with St. Thomas Aquinas. I'm sorry, Buchholz, for example, who lost to St. Thomas Aquinas this year in the playoffs, has no chance against St. Thomas. None. Zero. And I'm glad that is now gone.
I've said it.
Because Buchholz cannot recruit the way that St. Thomas does.
I've said it numerous times. I was on a high school football team in Chamblee, Georgia, my senior year, that went 10-0 in the regular season. It went 10-0 in the regular season for the 8th straight year my senior year, and lost in the first round of the playoffs every year to an undefeated 10-0 Marist Catholic High School, who won the state championship 6 out of those 10 years, because we were a great public high school football team. We didn't have the players Marist had. We went 10-0. My high school football team went 10-0 8 years in a row and could never get out of the first round because our first round opponent, because in Georgia the way to do it is your close opponents. Marist was 13 miles away and in our same size according to the districting. So we had to play Marist in the first round every year, and they spanked us all but 1 year, and that year they beat us by 3.
Yeah.
Look,
again,
my senior year, my last game was 56-6. That was my last game. Because Marist was dude, I'm a linebacker at 200. Then I was about 200 pounds, 5'9", 200 pounds. I'm trying to go up against centers that are pulling guards and everything that are 245, 250. And this is in the early 80s. That was a big offensive lineman in high school then.
Oh, absolutely.
But they came from places like South Carolina, Tennessee.
Oh, sure they did.
Alabama.
Sure they did. Oh, yeah. And again, it's impossible to compete. But and this won't be the last time I talk about the demise of high school athletics in the public sector.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Russian troops have departed the heavily contaminated Chernobyl nuclear site early Friday after returning control to the Ukrainians. Reports are some Russian soldiers are showing signs of radiation contamination after taking over the power plant. Ukrainian helicopters attacked and destroyed an oil depot 21 miles into Russian soil in the Belgorod region. This was confirmed by the Russian governor of the region Friday morning. With the war now in its second month, senior European Union officials are meeting for a virtual meeting with China's President Xi Jinping on Friday. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg.
China must not provide economic or military support for the Russian invasion. Instead, Beijing should use its significant influence on Russia and promote an immediate peaceful resolution.
USA Radio News.
If you're like most Americans, you're pretty much in disbelief with what's going on in the world. As we all know, global problems are having local consequences. Too many of them. And if the peanut butter really hits the fan, are you ready? Grocery store supply chains are only as strong as their weakest link. Don't wait for them to break. Now's the time to secure emergency food for everyone in your family. My Patriot Supply is America's largest preparedness company. Our specially packaged and delicious food stays fresh for up to 25 years in storage. It'll be there when you need it. Go to mypatriotsupply.com and pick up several emergency food kits. There are a dozen different sizes that average over 2,000 calories per day. Our food kits will ship quickly and discreetly to your door. Having food storage in your home beats government food lines hands down. Go to mypatriotsupply.com today and prepare for what's coming. mypatriotsupply.com.
Hey folks, by now everyone knows that Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala is the first stop for all those Florida garden favorites like azaleas and roses and gardenias and of course camellias. But suppose you're looking for something different. Supposing you're looking for a one-of-a-kind item for your own unique taste. Well, Bob Wines has those too, like gorgeous Tibuchine just $19.99. Some fabulously bright-colored hibiscus, just $24.99. A huge new selection of multicolored mandibilla, perfect for your trellis, just $35.99. Come see all the unusual, all the new, all the different items you'll not see anywhere else at Bob Wines. It's going on every day at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, now celebrating 70 years of service to Ocala.
The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala. Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Galen, from Life South joins us for another 10-minute segment brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Centers, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. Galen, I got to read you this Facebook message that I got while we were at the break.
Hey, Tom, before you do that, can I just do a public service announcement real quick?
Go ahead.
All right, apparently all the snowbirds are heading back north since they've opened up everything. So just stay out of the left lane because apparently that's just from people from Ohio and Michigan heading back home.
All right, there you go.
All right, there
PSA,
you go.
PSA.
Be safe.
So I got a Facebook message from a lady named Mary who is angry with me. She says, Tom, that was a very mean joke. I thought we were finally rid of the Florida State and Vanguard High School apologist. Go Wildcats and go Gators.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
She
Of course, high school football teams having tryouts next week.
She's like Vanguard and Florida State apologist. Go Wildcats and go Gators.
Hey, class of '88 right here, Forest Wildcats. My kids don't go there anymore, so now I don't have to root for them.
Right. So
last 8 years I've had no choice.
So there you go.
And by the way, I want to be very clear. I like Farmer.
So
I think Edwin Farmer's a great guy.
One lady named Mary, not a fan of Galen Unal. What's your wife's first name again?
Christy, yeah. That's,
it's not Mary, not Mary. Okay.
That would have been a real problem.
you know.
She's also a Florida fan.
I was just checking. You know.
She's got 2 degrees from the University of Florida. I still send them money, apparently. But, yeah.
So, by the way, Charles Robinson, who is an NFL columnist, kind of thinks I'm a little smarter than you.
Uh-oh, here we go. So you think this whole Bruce Arians conspiracy is really a conspiracy?
Charles Robinson says Bruce Arians stepping down sure looks like it's a little more than just early retirement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude's like 97. In football years,
I'd forgot how frail he looks. I'd forgot how frail he looks when he's not on the sideline. I saw an interview. I saw the interview with him yesterday as he's announcing his retirement, and I'm like, he looks like he's a 185-pound cancer patient. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good.
Well,
I literally stopped and was like, I'm now worried for Bruce Arians' health. I mean, is he that bad health-wise? I didn't realize he was. I looked at him. I was like, Bruce is not the fat guy that I remember him being.
Yeah.
But
and they hired a defensive coach, even though they need to have more offense.
No, because he's the head coach. Because he's the head coach, it usurps the Rooney Rule because he will oversee the offense and defense. So technically, he'll be classified as a new hire on offense as well as defense. So, but he's not. The Chris Robinson isn't saying that it's because of the Rooney Rule. He says it's because Tom Brady's relationship with Bruce Arians had got to the point where if Tom Brady came back, it was understood it would only be if Bruce would announce his retirement.
You said that. You said that wasn't true.
I didn't think that was true, but that's what this article says. Charles Robinson says that's why that Bruce Arians stepped down, that it's not,
So
Brady came back out of retirement.
Agrees with me.
Right.
He agrees with me.
Well,
not you.
Right.
But I only know enough about, for Pop Warner, MCYFL football.
You don't know Pop Warner football. You know MCYFL. You don't know Pop Warner, pal. You don't know Pop Warner.
That's fair.
Let's be honest.
Coach from.
You have no idea what it's like to have to go tell a group of kids who have only lost one football game and are the best team in their region and have beat every team in their region, even in the playoffs, and have to go tell them, even though you won the game, the championship game, and you're the champion of your region, because your grade point average is not the same as the other teams, and there's a point differential where grade point average comes in, they're going on to the state tournament. You're not.
Well, do better, Coach. Some study hall instead of some practice.
Well,
you're off there studying film. You need to teach them applications.
That's what I'm saying.
And their genders.
So, Arian says the alleged strained relationship with Tom Brady is, a word that starts with bull. We'll just leave it there.
Yeah, but there's a smoke there. And they came out like the third week of the season of their, Tom Brady's first year, their Super Bowl year. I think they just butted heads because not personally, pure offensively.
Right.
I think they just had a philosophy.
He said right now he's stepping aside. The only reason he's stepping aside because he thinks that Todd Bowles deserves the right that he's earned the right with all the trials and tribulations he's had as a coach to at least coach as a head coach on a team that has a quarterback the stature of Brady that will give Todd Bowles a chance to know what it's like to be a Super Bowl champion.
What a great line, though, by Bruce Arians.
That is.
I mean, if the whole Tom Brady thing is true, what a great line.
Yeah. It's a perfect time for me to step aside and hand the reins to
if the Bucks
Todd
go
Bowles.
9-7, if they go 9-7, Todd Bowles is not bad.
Oh, yeah. So,
right?
Yeah, 100%.
They lose to the Saints twice. Todd Bowles, you are terrible.
Or they lose to Marcus Mariota and the Falcons at home.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Todd Bowles, you are a horrible coach. We knew it when you were with the Jets, and now it's been exclamation points been added to it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that will be honestly the funny part.
And here's the thing: the article points out that the simple truth of it is we'll likely never know exactly what happened inside there because Brady. You remember Brady on HBO's The Shop said I'm 90% a liar with everything I say to the media. So Tom Brady said I'll lie right to the media. So we'll never know really what the motivation was behind any of this, really, to be honest. But I just thought it was great that look, Bruce Arians stepping down sure looks suspicious. That's the headline. Bruce Arians stepping down sure looks suspicious.
Sure.
I told you.
Sure.
It looks suspicious. I don't believe in coincidences. I just, it's just how I look at it.
But for the reason I said, not for the reason you said.
Well, no, I'm glossing over that, sir. I'm trying to skip over
exactly.
that. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah, well.
I'm trying to skip over that. I'm taking credit for the headline, not the actual meat of the article. Calm down.
Tom special.
Yeah, calm down. I tuned it towards what I needed to make me look better. Okay.
That's correct.
Look,
typical media guy.
Look, I got Mary on my side, Florida State and Vanguard apologist.
That's pretty funny.
That was a pretty good Facebook post. She sent it in Messenger.
I love that.
I'm aggravated with you, Tom. I thought the Vanguard and Florida State apologist was gone for real.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mary.
I texted her back, and she went ugh, because I texted her back. Let's be clear, he's here for the duration. Because the number one complaint people tell me about you. Swear to this is not April Fool's. This is number one. People go, why does he always got to be clear? Why does he always got to say, let's be clear? I go, I go, I have no idea. I have no idea. It's his catchphrase or something. I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm not saying it.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
So I sent her back. I sent her back, let's be clear. He's here for the duration. She just put ugh in there.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
So, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today, let me be clear. Now that's in my head. Today I'm going to be out at Shores, Walmart. So check us out there. And as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1507 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Check us out at lifesouth.org. Give the gift, donate blood.
Galen, talk to you Monday.
Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA. The Source.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so